Okay, we're going to look at the monkey class and the monkey runner, which is going to be the class that actually creates instances of the monkey class. So here's the monkey class. How do we know that? Because we have right here public class monkey. So that's the beginning of our class. We have our instance variables here. We have 5 instance variables. They are private because we are using a concept called encapsulation, whereby the only way that a user working from another class, like monkey runner over here, the only way that a user can change or access these variables is via the class's methods. And we have a bunch of methods down here: public void set message, public void speak, public void add toys. All of those are voids, so they all mutate data. They change data. Here's something that returns. This is an accessor method. Public is hungry. Here's another one that changes data. Public void eat bananas. And then here's one that returns a message. The monkey's going to have a message. Here's one that returns his name. Here's one that returns how many toys he has, and on and on. Okay, so hopefully you were able to look at the monkey class before you started watching this video and get a little comfortable with it. We're going to go through a series of steps to create some monkeys now. Okay, here is an instantiation. This is a statement that will create a monkey object in memory and for our program to use. So we call the class name, that's the type of the variable. The name or the identifier of the variable is George. This is for Curious George. And then over here, we're calling the constructor, new monkey. Now notice our parameter list, the parameter list is right here. Let's see, right here. It's just a string. So we're going to go to class monkey. Here it is over here. And we're going to go down and we're going to find a constructor. A constructor is identified by just the word public and the same class name. Okay, so here's our class, public class monkey. We're looking for something that just says public monkey. And notice this one has one parameter and it's a string. So this first statement over here is calling this constructor. Let's see what happens in this constructor. We set mname. Now notice mname is up here. That's one of our instance variables. We set mname equal to name. Name came in the parameter list right here. Name came in there. So whatever was sent in this case, the string George, go back over here and look on this side, George. George was sent in to name. It's going to get set to mname. Is hungry, we're setting universally true for everyone. We didn't need anyone to send anything in. All monkeys start out hungry. Now, if we don't initialize explicitly, in other words, set out and say num toys equals, num bananas equals, message equals, they will get instantiated or default valued by the Java virtual machine. In the Java subset, we are supposed to do this, but we'll work on that more as we go along. But just so you know, Java will handle it for you. Okay, now let's look at the next step. We're doing the same thing, aren't we? We're calling a monkey constructor. Here's the type, monkey. We're naming it Alice, calling our monkey constructor, but this time we're sending in a 5, which is an integer, and a string Alice. So we're going to go over here and find that constructor. Wait a minute, I don't have another constructor. Well, just as a test, I put one down here. Turns out it compiles just fine. So putting a constructor at the beginning is convention, but it is good practice and we will abide by it. But just so you know, Java is not limited by where you put something in a program. So here's our constructor, public monkey again. Remember, just public and the name of the class. Here we have a match with what we sent in. We have integer numt, that would get the 5. So 5 will be stored in that numt. And Alice, the literal string, will be stored in mname. Now, this is something different. We're going to use this .mname to refer to our object's mname. So that refers back to this instance variable. Because notice we had the same name for the variable. I used mname here. Now I did that just so that I could show you that this .mname refers to the instance variable you're working on, and this mname all by itself refers to the local variable that you got here from this parameter list. Okay? And then we set is hungry to true, all monkeys are still hungry. We set numtoys to 5 because that's what came in here at numt, and then we set message to right? Because that's what monkeys say. Okay, I think that's long enough for this video.